Okay, this is just really an easy putt. I should never miss this thing. Is that you? I can't tell you how many pro-ams that I have played in and that same thing happens. Why? Because they are so focused on the outcome and how easy of a putt that is and the result. You cannot be result-oriented. Putting under pressure is something that I'm really gonna help you with right now. You're gonna come away with a for sure way to make this putt every time.
Milwaukee's own Skip Kendall.
Skip Kendall.
Skip Kendall is 5 under today.
At the 9th. Chips in for birdie. He's tied for 3rd, 2 shots off the lead.
Okay, the first thing about pressure putting is understanding what you have to do in the putt to actually make the putt. So I know I've put this out before. We want to create that perfect pendulum in the stroke, okay? I have a great training aid here. These are pendulum rods. I usually start out by putting this in, and it's basically idiot-proof, so even I can do it. You want to put it under your shoulders, and what it does is the spot from the end of the putter to that place just on the left side of your belly button, if you're a right-handed putter, always stays constant. The only way you can move this from that spot is if your hands got active inside, while you were making the stroke. So you want to feel that. You want to make sure the end of this club and the relationship to that spot just on the left side of your belly button always remains constant. So when you do this, you should have no problem making that putt. Remember, the stroke is a pendulum, and keeping that spot right there when you putt is very important when you do this. You want to create that perfect pendulum in your stroke. Okay, now we've created a perfect pendulum in our stroke. What we're looking for now is having rhythm. So this is going back, I know I've told the story before, going back to 1997. Got off to a great year ball striking, but you could have put a bushel basket down there and I could not have made it in the hole. Very frustrating. So got with a coach and I learned about a metronome and what having good rhythm is. Having good rhythm means it takes the same amount of time for the putter head to go back and through, no matter what length the putt is. And so when you turn on a metronome, and my metronome, I have had my BPM, my beats per minute, on 76. It's been that way since 1997, and it's 2 beats per stroke. 1 is back, 2 is impact. So when you do this, it looks like this. If I had a 10-footer today, 1 is back, 2 is impact. It would look like 1, 2, 1, 2. If I had a 30-footer, it would look like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's what having good rhythm in putting means. Very, very important, and you need to work with this. And I always get questions on, like, how do I find out what my BPM, what my cadence is? Well, it's your internal beat. It shouldn't be hard to find. Most people are between 70 and 80, but just turn it on in the middle. 75, 76 would kind of be in the middle. Do you walk fast? Do you talk fast? Do you walk slow? Do you talk slow? All of that kind of, comes in. Again, 70 to 80 is pretty normal. Very few people are in the 60s, but there some are. And very few people are in the 90s, which would be incredibly high. Or even in the 80s would be incredibly high. But some people are. That's their internal beat. You'll find it. Won't take you more than 5 minutes. 1 back, 2 impact. Okay, so when it looks like this, I'm going to hit this putt today. To the beat, it's going to be 1, 2. All right, that's how it works. I want you to work with the metronome, get used to doing it. I want you to set up a grid with different increments. Okay, so you have 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet. Work with the metronome. Really get that down. Okay, so here's our 3-footer that we were facing that we had a lot of problems with in the beginning here. Here's the big kahuna. This is what I call the process. This is where everything comes down. This is the culmination of everything. Everything goes to the beat. Everything is about doing the same thing and taking the focus off of making the putt. I tell all my students, you will make more putts when you don't think about actually making the putt, okay? That's very important. You will make more putts when you don't actually think about making the putt. Here's how it works, and I call it the process. It's a count, and everything is to the beat of the metronome, okay? So, first of all, engaging with the target is super, super important. So, this is all about what I do over the ball. And remember, this is the only thing that you can control right here. And if you do that to the best of your ability, the ball has a better chance of rolling better and finding the hole. You know, obviously with your putter on line with where your target is. Okay, so I do twist my ball. I have a line on my ball. I think it's easier. There's some people that don't like that, but I like it. I'm left eye dominant. Very important, you have to use your left hand. I put my coin in my left pocket just as a reminder. So left eye dominant, so when I use my left hand, my left eye, my dominant eye is always behind the ball, is always right behind down the target line. So I already know this is about a right center putt. So I have this lined up perfectly with my left eye. Now, I've already gone through reading the putt. This isn't about that. This is about the process now. So here we are. If you do make a practice swing, practice stroke, don't do it from the side of the ball. So there's been a lot of information that's come out in the last couple years that says, I think it was a neurosurgeon, I don't remember his name offhand, but he did a lot of research on putting. And he said, he actually advocates for no practice strokes, but if you make a practice stroke, don't do it from there, because everyone's mind tends to wander by, I don't know, he said 10 to 15 times a minute. That's a lot. And when you're looking straight down and just making practice strokes, chances are you're not thinking about the putt at all. So that does you no good. And you're really not even looking at the target. You're not engaging with the target. I did that my whole life, even in my career. So as of a couple years ago, this has changed. You see a lot of guys now, a lot of girls, you make your practice strokes from behind the ball like this, always looking at the target. Now I make my practice strokes on 6 and 7 because that's gonna be my ball stroke, all right? To the metronome. My practice stroke always matches the putt that I'm gonna hit right here. So 6, 7, 6, 7. I'm looking straight at my target. I walk in, align my putter to the line on my ball, sneak my left hand on. 1 is the ball, 2, 3, and 4 are the target, 5 is back to the ball, and I stroke it on 6 and 7. And I do that every single time. It doesn't matter if it's 3 feet here or 80 feet if I'm way back there. I do the same thing every time. Altogether, it looks like this, and nothing ever changes. 6, 7, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do that every single time. Nothing ever changes. Now here's the key. Sometimes when I count to 7, that gets a little bit automatic. That needs to be the focus. Then I count backwards. So my ball stroke would be on 2 and 1. I've used letters backwards. I've used single syllable animals. Dog, cat, mouse, rat, bird. However I wanted to do it, and whatever I come up with, that needs to be the focus. It takes the pressure actually off of making the putt and putting it right where it belongs, right where you need it on the process right here to do the best you can over the ball. That's your focus. And if you can do that, you will make way more putts. Remember that putt that I had in the beginning where that guy was freaking out because oh my God, I gotta make this putt. Oh my God, I gotta make this putt. It's such an easy putt. You really think you have a chance of making that putt? You can make your own process. I want you to be engaged with the target for at least 3 beats, okay? You need to engage. Your brain needs to know what you're doing. Then it tells your body what to do to go ahead and make that putt. You're in rhythm, right? Bingo, you're gonna make it. This is how it all works, guys. Best putters in the world, if you were to time them from the moment they make their first practice stroke, if they do, or the moment they put their putter behind the ball to the moment of impact, probably be within about a half a second every single time. Those are the best putters. Try this. I know it's going to help you. Again, I call it the process. This is what works under pressure. You will make way more putts, especially under pressure. Okay? Take the focus off of making the putt. All right, here we go. Try it. See you guys next time.